Hello there, lovelies. Ashley Michelle here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where you can find beginner beauty tutorials and reviews. And today, you guys, I have a treat for you all. This is my very first ever client makeup tutorial. This video, I just had so much fun creating with one of my girlfriends, and she actually did one side of her face and I did the other. So this was for her basically a tutorial. I was basically showing her the basic steps that she would need to create a makeup look for her birthday. So the first thing that we are doing is filling in the brows. I did choose a eyebrow pencil that was a smidget lighter than her eyebrow hairs, just so that way we can create a nice natural looking brow. So the darker the pencil that you use, the more harsh the brows are going to look, and the lighter the color, the more natural the brows will appear. And after we have filled in the eyebrows, we went in with some concealer. We did choose a concealer that was 1 to 2 shades lighter than her complexion to sculpt out the bottom of the brows. And I am using the Mary Kay concealer brush to just blend out that concealer underneath her eyebrows. And I will have all the products that I used in this video listed down below in the description box as well. So if you guys want to get your hands on these products, definitely make sure that you check out that description box. And you guys, I just had so much fun doing this video. So this is definitely something that you guys are going to see more of me doing makeup on other people, as well as if you are in my area, you can look forward to having those one-on-one classes with me. And I definitely will keep you guys up to date as that process is going along. And next we are moving on to the top of the brows, and we are using a concealer that is closer to her complexion on the top portion of the brows, and I'm using that same Mary Kay cream color brush to just blend out that concealer. And for her eye makeup, she did want something that was glam but also simple and easy for her to recreate. So the first thing that we are going to be doing is prepping the eyelids for the eyeshadow, and I'm using the same concealer that I applied on the top of her eyebrows as the base, and I'm just blending it with the first concealer that we applied to highlight the brows. So the main thing with your base is you want it to be as smooth as possible, so that way everything is just seamless once you're finished. So here I am just taking some translucent powder to set her eyebrows, as well as the concealer on the eyelids. And I'm not using too much setting powder on the eyelids just because I don't want to have the product caking up on her eyelids. So the palette that I am using is from Juvia's Place. I will have that link down below as well. But the first eyeshadow that we are using is a very neutral light brown eyeshadow. It is pretty close to her eyelid color. So what I'm doing is using a fluffy eyeshadow brush to place this color all over her crease area and taking it up to the brow bone, but not into that highlighted area. And I'm basically packing on the color on the outer corner of her eye, and then I'm just blending everything towards the inner portion. What I'm explaining to her is her eye shape. So with her eyes, her crease is very, very defined. So if depending on what type of look, and in this look we are doing a glitter cut crease, I was just explaining to her that when she looks forward, you want to still be able to see the details in your eye makeup. So I was explaining to her that she may need to bring her eye makeup just up a little bit higher than her natural crease, so that way you are still able to see it, whether she is looking straight ahead or looking down. So that is one of my tips that I would definitely give to you guys when it comes to trying to figure out how to put eyeshadow on. You really do need to learn your eye shape, and it does take a lot of practice. Trust me, you guys, practice is what makes progress when it comes to doing your eye makeups. You guys, I am just blending out the edges of her eyeshadow so that way there is a smooth transition and no harsh lines. Now we are moving on to the lid shade, and I picked up this beautiful neutral shimmer shade out of the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm basically just using a flat eyeshadow brush to pack this color on her lid, and I am going to take it up a little bit into her crease and blend those two colors together. So this eye look is very, very simple. We only use 2 eyeshadows, and the main thing is just blending. So that's what I'm explaining to her. With this eyeshadow, because it is a shimmer, I do want to get the most color payoff, so that's why I am packing the eyeshadow on first, and then I'm going to blend it in with that crease brown shade that we applied on first. So here I'm just going back in with the flat eyeshadow brush to pack on that glitter shade. And you guys, these eyeshadows from Juvia's Place were just super duper pigmented. I did not have to use so many layers, like it was just easy to do. So now we are moving on to the face, and to prime her face I'm using the NYX primer, and this is the Shine Killer primer. It is one of my favorite drugstore primers, and I am applying the primer to her skin using a flat foundation brush, just so that way I can give her a smooth, even application. We are moving on to foundation, and I'm using the same technique as I applied the primer. I'm taking the foundation on the flat foundation brush and just placing it on her face and making sure that I do it evenly, so that way she has a smooth, even application. You guys, I have found that applying my foundation with a brush just makes a more flawless finish, so I definitely would suggest using a foundation brush to actually even out your application. And next I am going to be using the Real Techniques Instapot Face Brush. This is literally my favorite foundation brush. It's just so perfect to get in those creases and crevices in your face. And I'm using packing motions or patting motions to actually blend the foundation into her skin. You guys, this was literally a perfect match. I was super duper proud of myself for being able to match her makeup. It's no really rules to makeup, but when it comes to foundation, that match got to be on point, okay? It has to be on point. So we were going with a color that pretty much matched her neck and her face, because she was going to be having her chest area out in her outfits that she was wearing. So I just wanted to make sure that I chose the color for her that would be easy to blend to all of those areas. So if you're trying to figure out, well, how do I match myself to my foundation? Yes, you do want to pick something that matches those areas, but it also depends on what you're actually wearing. So now we are highlighting. I'm using 2 different concealers for her highlight, just because she is new to wearing makeup, so I didn't want to overwhelm her with a super duper duper full glam look. So what we're doing is we're placing the brightest concealer right underneath her eyes, so that way that is going to really just draw attention to the under eye. And then I'm using a concealer that is about 1 shade lighter than her complexion, right where her nose is to her eyebrow, just so that way it's still highlighted, but it's not super duper duper full glam. Like I said, she is new to wearing makeup, so I wanted her to have a look where she felt comfortable with stepping out of her comfort zone and actually doing a full face. So I'm going back in with 2 concealers from e.l.f. and I'm actually using the same concealers that we did when we carved out her eyebrows, and I'm using the same Mary Kay cream color brush to actually blend those concealers together. And you guys, when you are blending your concealer underneath your eyes, you do want to make sure that you are looking up, so that way you can get that concealer in place and not get in those creases as well. And as you guys will see, I'm taking my time to get right underneath her waterline, because that tends to crease the most. So I try to kind of do that last, so that way I can avoid as much creasing as possible. And now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge. I love this sponge, especially for blending out concealer underneath the eyes. It has the perfect shape and size to fit right underneath your eyes and just blend everything out flawlessly. And I am using this sponge. It is damp, so I'm just going back over those places where we placed that concealer, and now I am actually blending it out right underneath her eye. And next, I'm just doing the normal highlighting the forehead, the bridge of the nose, and the chin. And like I said, I was doing baby steps for her, so we didn't go all out, but I was just wanting to explain to her, those are the typical areas that you want to highlight. Those places are where the light is going to naturally hit you. So we did the same technique. We used a little bit of concealer, we blended that out, and then we went back in with more concealer if we felt the need to. And you guys, if y'all are feeling these makeup tutorials on other people, definitely make sure you drop me a comment down below of what looks you guys want to see me try out on someone next. I'm just super duper excited for this new journey of becoming a makeup artist. It is something that I've just really have been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm just so glad that I'm finally stepping out my comfort zone and doing it. So now I'm going back in with the Instapot foundation brush just to blend out the edges of her highlight, so that way everything looks like one smooth, even color. And that's one tip that I would definitely say is necessary when it comes to blending out your highlight and your contour. Just not going back over the areas with the foundation brush, but going around those areas, so that way you can blend all of those harsh edges together, and it's a smooth transition, so you can't see where the highlight starts, where the contour begins. You know, everything will look like one complete even color. And now I'm going in with some Fit Me powders to actually set her concealer in place. I'm still figuring out what powders that I really love using. I do like to use the Dermablend powder and the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but what I did for her is I went in with those powders after I used the powder that was more closer to her concealer shade, something with a yellow undertone, so that way it didn't look too stark bright white. So that's how we applied her powders. And we are going in with a black Opal foundation stick to contour her face. We did choose a color that was 1 to 2 shades darker than her. I basically was explaining to her contouring and bronzing is all about preference, and basically just want her to understand that when you contour, you are going for a more sculpted look, so you want to use a color that is about 2 to 3 shades darker. And then if you are bronzing, this is about 1 to 2 shades darker as well. So we chose a color that she could use for a contour and a bronzer to bring that warmth back into the skin. And you guys, I think this is literally my new favorite part about makeup. Like, it just looks so beautiful just seeing all those colors come together. So I'm actually using another Instapot brush from Real Techniques. This is the actual cheek brush, and it is a smaller version of the foundation brush. I do love it, especially for getting in those hollows of those cheeks, on those cheekbones, to blend out that contour. So I was just letting her know that if she is having trouble seeing the definition of her cheekbones, she can suck her face in and making like a kissy face or a fishy face to be able to see where her cheekbones are. And now you guys, it's time for the fun part. So we are about to put some J. La Rue glitter on these lids just to make them pop a little bit more. And you guys, you really don't have to add the glitter, but we were going full glam and birthday vibes with this look, so we just had to play with some glitter today. So basically what I'm doing is using some clear eyelash glue to apply a thin layer on the eyelid, and then I'm going back in with a flat foundation brush, flat eyeshadow brush to actually apply the glitter. And with the J. La Rue glitter, you don't really need to use eyelash glue, but I just wanted a lot of glitter on her lid. I really wanted her lid to be popping. I really wanted her lid to be popping, so that's why I went in with the glue first and then applied the glitter. And after you apply the glitter, you just want to go back in with a clean brush just to blend everything together. And you guys, here are the final results. My girl was feeling herself. And like I said, she did do one side of the face and I did the other side. I walked her through all the steps. And I'm just super duper proud of her for just helping me out and also, you know, learning these tips and tricks. And you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video and learned something new. Do not forget to drop me a comment down below and share this video with your friends so that way we all can look fabulous together. And you guys already know what to do. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay popping. And I will catch y'all in the next video.